Hello, y'all. Welcome back to the Coog Recruits Bite-Sized Mini Podcast. I got my guest here. Could you please introduce yourself for the audience?
Yep. Class 26, Javen, strong safety.
Strong safety, man. All right. So you're one of my favorite kinds of commits because we flipped you from another school, man. That just gets me excited, gets me fired up. So just kind of like describe your recruiting process. And I know you had that one official visit where you and a bunch of other like guys were on campus. So yeah, just walk us through that day and when you decided like I want to be a Cougar.
Yeah, when I went to Houston official visit, I had DK Mays there, and he came from Baton Rouge. He really made the transition really much easier because he gave me the insight of the real Houston facility and like the relationship between him and Coach Fritz. So yeah, he definitely made that transition much more easier.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing that Coach Fritz has been doing a lot is recruiting the Louisiana area heavily. I think as people from Texas, we kind of get caught up in the Texas, Texas only, Texas only. But what have you seen just from like all the talented football players that are in the Louisiana right now?
Like we got a lot of guys that like we produce a lot of talent like Texas as well. Like Louisiana, we're a powerhouse, it stays well when it comes to recruits. We got, me, we got, my friend Jarvis, we got Lamar Brown, we got like a lot of guys across the state with stars and that just produce a lot of talent from Louisiana.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You got like a few like starting NFL wide receivers too. It's crazy. Very underrated. So you just described like the recruitment process for you, just going to all these different schools, official visits, just like trying to figure out what's the best fit for you.
Yeah, my sophomore year, it started off really slow. I only got two divisional offers from SWAT schools, but after that, it was pretty stagnant until my junior year. And when that spring, and I was doing track, when I dropped the 11 flat, it kind of picked up from there, and all the offers started rolling in. So obviously, I was committed to UL, and that decision was kind of rushed. So. Um, things happen, so I had to elevate myself.
I feel that for sure. Feel that for sure. So just talking about, you're currently in the middle, maybe closer to the end of your senior season. So how has your season been going so far, just game wise?
Yeah, man, it's been really boring. Like everybody, they going away from me. They try to avoid me, and then when we play the games, that's fun. I get pulled because we're already blowing them out by a lot. So yeah, my season, I might not be leading anybody in those stats anytime soon. From this game.
Yeah, it's like a blessing and a curse because,
Yeah,
they don't want to target you because they know you're like that, but also like you don't get to have as much fun because they're scared of you. So I
yeah.
feel that for sure. Um, so one thing that I noticed between you and I was interviewing Dossie not too long ago is that both of y'all take snaps on both sides of the ball. So what's it like playing offense, just being a weapon?
Yeah, it's very it has its gifts and its curse. It makes you more tired to be on offense and defense. It does take its toll, but it's also more fun because you can impact the game in both ways. If we're not scoring enough on offense, put me in there. Let's go get a touchdown. And that's happened before. In previous games. And it's just you can't just I don't know how to describe the feeling, but you can just help your team out in other ways without just sitting there watching.
Sure. And do you think that being playing offense is going to make you a better defensive player in college?
Yeah, playing offense, yeah, definitely gives you a better perspective of how like the receiver thinks and like how they what route they need to get to, like the depth, like the angle they need to get to, the timing of the routes. Yeah, it definitely is an advantage of playing, right now offense.
Yeah, one thing I noticed about you looking at your measurables is me, I'm a big fan of like big safeties, kind of like the Harrison Smith types. And it says you're about 6'2". So what kind of advantage does that give you just being able to just kind of lay the wood sometimes?
Yeah, it has its advantages because like like I said before, they try to run away from me because they don't want to, they don't want me to just be in their proximity of the player and probably potentially get them hurt because, I do lay the wood. So when I come when I come downhill, I come down here hard and with bad intentions. So they don't want any of that.
Nah, I don't want the smoke. Um, so I know you were recruited by a lot of schools, but at the end of the day, what kind of made you choose Houston? Like what stuck out to you about us?
Like the effort that Coach Fritz gave. It was like people say like don't go to a big school because you might be just another person or another number to them. But like Coach Fritz made it a big point to just make me feel like that he needed us. I mean, he needed me to be there for them and make an impact for them right away. So that's when led that to the decision.
Mm. And I know the season's been going on for a little while now, but if I don't know if you've had a chance to watch any games. I know you had your visits and whatnot, but have you noticed like how seeing how we like use our safeties and our DBs, is anything like just
Yeah,
stood out to you? Yeah. So,
yeah, like the versatility. Like one play, with Kentrell, number 8, he was lined up like in the box. One play he back at top. One play he at the line of scrimmage blitzing. I just like to see versatility. I just, I don't like to be just in one spot in my defense currently. Like I'm just being like the post player. That's not a very fun game for me. And being a hash player as well, because it's just like you gotta come down to it. Like I like to be in the action, but sometimes the action might be a lot. Because they're big guys in the box. So but I'm a big guy too. But at the end of the day, just having that choice, being versatile.
yeah, for sure. And that's kind of like what they're looking for in the pros. They want you to be able to be like a jack of all trades, be able to do multiple things. So, yeah, I see that for sure. I might have already asked this a little bit, but did you have like a specific like aha moment where you just knew like, okay, I want to be a cougar, just like with like the flip switch, like you're ready to just fire it off.
Yeah, when I went to the official visit and we had our little dinner, and my whole family was just bonding with the staff and coaching staff and the admin and just having a good time with them. And I saw like, yeah, this is they're my they're bonded with my family, so this has to be my family as well.
Mm. Yeah, no, that family environment aspect is huge because I've heard some horror stories where people, that the coaching staff, like you can tell, like they're not really in it for the right reason. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
dope. All right, now we can kind of switch over to some more fun questions, kind of let the fans get to know you a little bit off the field. So do you have any hobbies outside of football, things you just like to do?
yeah, I'm a 2K guy, Fortnite guy. Big into that. If y'all trying to help me feed MP, we can get that. The donations coming in, so we can get up to 99.
All
So
right,
we get that rec going.
bet I got you, bro. All right, I asked this one a lot, and I have an answer I'm expecting from you based off the city you're from, but I'm gonna let you answer it in your own words. But what's like your pregame song or like your workout song? Actually, no. Let's do pregame song first. Yeah, what's your
Yeah.
pregame song? We'll
Pre-game
rock through.
song. No, I'm not a young boy guy. No, I'm
Ah,
not a young boy guy. No.
yeah, it's a softball.
Yeah, no, I'm more of like a like rock music guy or common music, like a Lauryn Hill. Like it just depends on how I feel. If I want to feel like I want to feel angry, get some rock going, some Deftones going,
Yeah, I love Deftones.
or we can get some like if I'm more trying to chill, get some Lauryn Hill going. You know, it varies.
I feel that. I had this one guy I knew he was a O-line coach, but he used to be in the military. And I was asking him, what kind of music do you listen to when you're on the helicopter about to do a mission? He said it was the calm music he would like to listen to before he would go down there and just do what he had to
Yeah.
do. So yeah, that's cool.
Mm.
All right, so you're a senior right now, and I know like when you're a senior, sometimes you get to take some more interesting or fun classes. So what's like your favorite class that you're taking right now?
My favorite class right now is probably Spanish because just learning the different languages. I mean, like the Spanish language is just weird, but it's like it's a funny, like a good weird, not a bad weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. So you've had quite the career as a high school student athlete. Yeah. What's been the favorite game of your career so far?
Probably the last year U High game when I caught the game saving interception. Like, but it didn't count. I thought it kind. I think I got my foot down, but they said I didn't get the foot down. But no, that was really the big game because it was raining and storming and muddy. It was our seniors night. It was like a hard fought game, and then it just for the last little part of it, make the big play. When we needed to play, and we came down with the win. Eventually, after they said it was incomplete. So
Yeah.
just fighting over the adversity.
Yeah, I tell you. Yeah. So you had had an adverse situation and you came away with like the big play in the end, kind of.
Mhm.
All right. So you mentioned that you're on the games. So what's you got? Xbox, PlayStation, or PC? What you playing on?
Yeah, we're P5 guy, PlayStation 5. Yeah, we don't do that PC keyboard and Xbox stuff. Nah.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm a PS5 guy too, so respect.
Mhm.
All right. So you're a safety, but are there any guys you like watch? It can be college or the NFL, but anybody you watch, you just like enjoy watching them. Maybe you even model your game after them a little bit. Any players you just love to watch film on?
Yeah, like the LSU Honey Badger film. I used to watch him a lot, and Buda Baker, and
Mm,
just how relentless he is, and the run support, and how much effort he gives out. I try to model that, in my game. Watching Buda Baker just run across the field and make a tackle, or just shoot down with no fear, hesitation, and just trigger into the C gap or any gap and just make a big play. I just I admire that and want to apply that to my game.
yeah, no, based off like your film, seems like you're just kind of like a big play kind of guy. Like whether it's an interception, forced fumble, like you're just always around the ball. So that makes a lot of sense to me as a
Yeah.
fan. All right. So I know you've been to Houston a few times. Um, I know we got some amazing food. So do you have any good food while you're over here?
What is called the Breakfast Club? I think it's called. Yeah, that was
Right.
pretty good. Yeah, the waffle and chicken in the the pancakes. The bacon was pretty good too.
Oh yeah. Best breakfast place in Houston, hands down.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we can just give you a chance to kind of shout out folks who have been there through you with you throughout the process, just supporting you. So anybody you want to shout out before we end this thing?
Yeah, my mom, just get me on this earth, and my coaches and my teammates, to help me lift me up, and get to the spot I'm at right now.
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming on and go Cougs.
Go Coog, man.